After experiencing Starfield Terran Aramda, I can safely tell you that Bethesda has absolutely no future. It is easily one of the worst pieces of fiction ever created in gaming history. And I'm not being dramatic here. I'm not being over exaggerant here. I'm gonna tell you the whole story, by the way, so spoiler alerts up ahead. And after experiencing this, I don't want Bethesda to make Fallout 5. I don't want them to make Elder Scrolls 6. I want Bethesda to never make anything creative ever again. So I'm gonna tell you the story of Starfield Terran Aramda, beat by beat what happens. Because it's not actually that long. There's like 3 main quests, and I'm not kidding, 3 main quests, and 4 Radiant quests. It is that absolutely abysmal. Okay? So, without any further ado, here's all the spoilers to Starfield Terran Aramda and how absolutely bad it is. So, just to get you in on how poor this story is and how low the expectation bar should be met, I'm going to explain one of the main mechanics that you have in the new expansion, and it's called X-Tech. X-Tech is this wonderful magical thing that allows you to upgrade your weapons, your ship, and things like that. X-Tech is absolutely amazing, and it makes sense. No, it doesn't. I just lied to you, you see. X-Tech makes no sense. What do you think X-Tech is? Right now, comment down in the comment section below and tell me, what do you think X-Tech is? It's a technology, you say? Wrong, that would make sense, and nothing that makes sense is allowed in a Bethesda game any longer. X-Tech is a mineral. Yes, they call the mineral X-Tech. Yes, they call the mineral X-Tech. It's something you mine from the ground and get off of enemy corpses. Yes, again, this is the level of bad we're talking about here. It's a transcendent level, okay, of bad at this point. In any case, onward. Just to set your expectations, this is how bad the things are gonna get, okay? So, we start off the expansion by just randomly overhearing a radio transmission of the Terran Aramda attacking a random cruise ship and declaring that they are the Terran Aramda, the real humans. Whatever that means. By the way, at no point nothing is explained. The good guys, not explained. Terran Aramda, not explained. Motivations, who knows. How they occurred, who knows. By the way, the game literally tells you we don't even know how any of these things happen. Nothing is explained. So if you think at any point I'm not giving you details on something important in the game never gives you these details anyway, and when it gives it, it's pretty much space magic without the magic part. Okay, so you overhear this random transmission of someone saying, not someone, but the main allied fleet saying, okay, civilians, we kind of would appreciate if you would just randomly come into this war zone and help us search for stuff. It's dangerous, but honestly, who honestly cares? And that's how you go into an asteroid belt, find the cruiser, because the quest literally says, we're kind of mapping out this spot of space, but space is pretty big, so it's taking a while. And that's a part of the dialogue, by the way. And this is with an official, by the way, like military arm of the known systems, and it's supposed to be official. It's supposed to be militaristic. And they just kind of jokingly tell you, well, you can go into the asteroid field. We haven't go there because, why not? Go in there and see what you find. And then you find the cruiser. You board on the cruise ship. It's a cruise ship, by the way, because it's for fun and stuff. And you find a bunch of dead people, and you don't know why they got killed. Well, turns out a bunch of Roombas are killing them. Who would have known? You randomly just go through there, start killing a bunch of Roombas. Nothing's explained. Nothing actually is being told to you. Then you just go into this random room where you find this magical chip out of nowhere. It's not even highlighted. It's just kind of there. You pick up this chip, and now then you hear a transmission about how you need to plug it into one of the Roombas of the enemies. Why? Don't know. Can't explain. But I mean, it's Starfield, so That's your objective. You just do things that are told to you because you're autistic, obviously. So you plug the chip into an Roomba and an AI takes over the Roomba, and now the Roomba is your friend. The Roomba is canonically, by the way, a they/them. Just so you're aware, because obviously. The Roomba wants to find its maker. In fact, it's the first mission that you have of find its maker, technically. But the Roomba can't actually tell you anything about what's important or explain anything because that would be not good or something. I'm not sure. In any case, again, nothing is explained. If in Starfield you had the problem that everyone is being too nice with you, you're instantaneously everyone's best friend, and you can't say no to anything or you can't actually question anything, and you just go along with the flow. In Terran Aramda, this is just dialed to 100. Not 10, but 100. Not 11, but 100, okay? You just follow along everything. You don't question anything. Everything's a great idea. You just do things because you're supposed to do things. There is absolutely no option to even accept any bad thing whatsoever. To question anything most of the time. Anyway, the Roomba's now your best friend. Congratulations. I'm sure you wanted it. Now, the irony is, of course, the fact that the robot has the probably most human personality out of all the humans in the game, which is hilarious. That does not, by the way, mean that the robot companion is good. The robot companion is really bad, dull, and annoying, but it's still better than anything else in the game. So, again, benchmarks. Am I right? Anyway, you meet this mysterious person also there or before who doesn't tell you anything because everyone fucking loves to vague post about everything in this expansion because Bethesda can't write anything, honestly. So this person now tells you that you need to go to this random bar in this random place and order a space martini, and if you do that, they will know that you are the one and one of them and the good guy. What? What? Well, anyway, you don't question that, and you just go there with your Roomba and, you order space martini or something like that. The most random thing that anyone else could have done at random. I mean, you're getting, like this, at this point, you're getting indoctrinated into the space FBI, effectively. Or, pick your own favorite three-letter organization, and there you go. Anyway, their main base is in the basement of a bar in the middle of nowhere, and there's just 3 people. One white dude, who speaks the less and is the most aggressive and evil of them, a strong independent woman of color, and a strong independent black man. By the way, every single encounter you have with a prominent character is pretty much except the one white dude and the one black dude. Everyone else is a woman or a woman of color. Yes, I'm not joking. Every single noteworthy NPC is a woman. The scientist, the everything, by the way. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Anyway, you go meet these people, and they're called Void, because, cool naming schemes and shit. It's not cool. But in any case, they are the good guys. What can they explain about themselves? Nothing. You have no idea who they are. You have no idea why would they be trusted. But they're the good guys. Don't worry about it. The same way that Terran Aramda is the main super threat and very scary, even though they haven't done fucking anything, really, and you have no idea. You don't even know what they want to do. They're just evil. They're just canonically evil and kind of deal with that. The same way that Void is canonically the good guys for some reason. Anyway, the Roomba then tells Void that they need to find his maker, and that's the main prerogative. And, well, the fact that the Terran Aramda attacked the cruise ship just to kidnap her, who is, by the way, a roboticist. Yes, that obviously matters. Anyway, she's a roboticist. And they kidnapped her because she's really good with robotics. Now, granted, how did the Terran Aramda know that she matters a lot and is good with X-Tech? Don't know. Don't ask, by the way, obviously. Anyway, they kidnapped her and now they need to get her back. And just so you don't think I'm over exaggerating how fucking stupid this shit is. I literally wrote down a sentence what actually happens, and this is literally a sentence in game what the characters say. Are you ready? Attacking the cruise ship for a mere roboticist, whatever plan they have, she's important. Yeah, that's a piece of dialogue. And the next one, because it doesn't stop. If that's where they're building robots, that's where our roboticist is. Amazing. Pure cinema. Yes, this is literally the level of dialogue we are working here. I was not kidding when I said that this thing makes everything look good. Because the dialogues here are so bad. You have literally situations where you're speaking with one person and another one interjects and says something completely different, absolutely not in line with what's currently happening, but that was actually intended by the developers. One person can get mad at you for one sentence, then they're like, "Oh, but I bet you want your reward after, before they said that how bad it is that you committed genocide or something like that." Yeah, it just it is insane. And if in the first game, characters did not make sense. One was like this, and the other one was like this. In Terran Aramda, you literally have sentences that actually don't even follow the correct sentences at this point. It is just insane. Anyway, you're off to find the roboticist in the robot factory where she's taken. Because you know why? Because the Daydem robot can track her whereabouts so magically. How? How? Don't know. Don't ask. Did you not learn that you don't ask questions about the story or why things happen the way they do? Because they're supposed to just happen, okay? Deal with it. Anyway, you go to the robot factory, you fight your way through a bunch of robots, and at the end, obviously, the powerful, independent girl boss scientist had hacked and reprogrammed the robots to attack any human except her. Keep this in mind because this is actually a plot hole. This story has multiple plot holes, even though the main story is literally less than 2 hours long, by the way. So the plot hole here is, by the way, I'm just gonna tell you it now. The only way to command the robots, because they're a hive mind, is from the main flagship. So how the hell was she actually able from this magical facility to reprogram the robots to attack everyone but her? Doesn't make sense. And by the way, there's a second plot hole here because one of the main things about this story is going to be that you can't that these robots are so poorly programmable that you literally cannot give them anything more complicated than an attack or don't attack command. So the fact that she was able to one, hack her, two, make her the only target they don't attack doesn't make sense. They will later on, through the dialogue that they themselves say and write, prove that that's impossible. Anyway, here's where the moral dilemma comes in, okay? Our scientist Vamin does not want to be a slave to the Terrans, so she wants to escape with you, okay? And while escaping, between all of the carnage in one room, she looks at a dead corpse of a rando dude, and she's like, "What was this?" And your Daydem robot does an analysis and says, "This was probably a janitor." There's no bucket, there's no fucking mop. Why the hell would that be a janitor, first of all? But whatever. And the scientist woman is like, "Oh my god, my actions led to the death of innocents." Okay. Yeah, sure. So fucking deep. Anyway, this matters. This matters for the future because this is whole her character development, okay? That killing innocents is bad. Even though we don't know what the Terran Armada is, we don't know their motivation, we don't know what's their goal, we don't know if they're civilians, we don't know anything about them. Okay? And she's literally dying inside because a janitor got killed or something. Okay. Um, because the janitor was innocent, now she's sad, and this is also going to follow through all of the game. She gets saved and goes back to Void, and now the plot progresses, and Void now is like, now you're gonna stay with us, and she's like, oh no, now I'm trapped with the good guys for some reason because I matter. You see? Okay, wait. Why do you matter? You are someone, a roboticist, by the way, who has the ability to just implement X-Tech into the Terran Armada's robots. I mean, they're just using the trope of there's only one person who can do this. But the problem with this trope is Bethesda is so fucking insanely dumb that they don't even understand how this trope functions. The trope of one person, there's only one person who's good enough to do X thing, does not work in the future where everything that they do can be cataloged and they don't actually need to do it by hand because they write like a program to do the thing. Because that's what she did. So technically, yes, they no longer can apply X-Tech to their robots or something like that. Because the roboticist may... Like, it's like they didn't save the things that she did. It's like... It doesn't work. It works in medieval time settings because there's only one person who knows what's happening. Not in the future where there's computers and you literally just implement the things that need to be done step by step in a generalized basis so it works. But no, she's still valuable. She cannot be let go, so Void takes her because the Terran Armada obviously needs her back because what? She already did the thing that they asked. She already did it. It's saved. It's right there saved. In any case, she still, by the way, in all of this has extreme PTSD about killing the janitor. The moral dilemma of killing innocents is very high here and done extremely poorly. Honestly, my incoherent way of explaining this is way more coherent than the actual game, believe it or not. After that she gets pissed that she doesn't get let go, she starts vague posting about Void, the good guys, who we don't even know why are the good guys, are actually evil, and she have seen this before, and that unchecked power is bad and shit. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be some kind of capitalism bad allegory, but it's done so poorly you can't even fucking tell at this point. In any case, she starts vague posting about the good guys being the evil guys, and you think that there's a twist, but there's no twist. Spoiler alert, by the way, there's no fucking twist. The good guys are gonna be the good guys, and the bad guys are gonna be the bad guys. She pushes really hard that Void is evil. Now our mission is to do a couple of Radiant quests to get a bunch of black boxes because them robot can hack them, and then it's gonna figure out the location of the main ship. Then we find where the main ship is, and the objective is to blow it up. And if you're wondering, wait a minute, is that it? Yes, I told you this fucking DLC is literally 2 hours long if you don't fuck around. This thing literally takes only 2 hours if you are not messing around. So you do a bunch of Radiant quests, then you find the main ship. The main ship, by the way, has shield generators, smaller ships around it. What are we, Star Wars now? Anyway, you have to destroy them. Then you have to destroy the main ship's engine. And instead of just blowing up the main ship, because why would you blow up the enemy's main ship? You have to board it. Okay, so you board it, and nothing really happens except you get to the end. You meet the leader of the Terran Armada, a strong, independent black woman, nonetheless, obviously. And she literally tells you nothing about the reasons why they're there or anything that happened, okay? So, let me, by the way, at this point, because the game has pretty much ended, by the way. That's it. That's the final encounter, by the way. But there's more funny stuff for me to tell you, so don't click off just yet, okay? So, there's nothing explained about Void. They're kind of like this evil shadow government thing that actually keeps everyone safe so magically. How even though we don't see any of their resource, any of their power, and their base is located in the fucking basement of a bar. It's not even a good bar. Anyway, the Terran Armada is evil and bad. Why are they evil and bad? I don't know. Their origin story is actually told, and this is their origin story, by the way. In the war that happened before Starfield was made, like 100 years before, or whatever the fuck, at the outskirts of known space, two factions fought, were supposed to fight, but for some reason their leaders both decided to meet each other and then they disappeared. Yes, that's the story. That is literally the story of the Terran Armada. Nothing else is explained about them. Literally nothing else. What happened after that? Don't know. Why did they vanish? Don't know. What is the reason for any of this? Don't fucking know. In any case, you can talk with the lead, with the strong, independent black leader of the Terran Aramda and do some fucking wiki-wacky shit. None of it matters. None of it gets to a conclusion. None of it gets to anything. You can't betray anyone. I mean, this is literally a 2-hour DLC. Do you honestly think you have choices here? Grow up. Anyway, you at the end of the day, you have to kill her. There's pretty much absolutely no way to do it. She keeps emphasizing, by the way, that Void is a shadow government, an evil shadow government, which she does not explain in any way. Well, nothing is explained except the fact that the Black Terran woman told you that, and the smart scientist lady is also like, I have seen these people like them before. They're not actually good, and it goes nowhere. By the way, again, this is dead in the water. Anyway, you kill the leader of the Terran Armada, and now you have your moral dilemma choice. Okay, do you make all of the Terran Armada robots turn on all people that they see and kill the Terran Armada human part? Do you deactivate them, or do you do whatever? In any case, it doesn't really matter. All roads lead to the Terran Armada becoming completely irrelevant and powerless, no matter how you want to handle this. The main takeaway here is supposed to be the fact that if you choose to make the Roombas turn against their masters, innocents are gonna die. Remember the janitor? Yes, there are many janitors in the Terran Armada. Now, granted, you have no idea what their motivation is. Are they indoctrinated? Why are they doing these things? Like, are there civilians in the Terran Armada? Who fucking knows? That's the right answer. We don't. So this is effectively the big moral choice. Do you kill them, or do you let them live and potentially kill other innocents? But that's actually never mentioned because the game can't think that far, obviously. Have you not been paying attention? In any case, whatever choice you make means literally nothing. And after that, you just go back, the ship explodes because reasons. And again, this is what I was talking about at the start. You can't program the Terran Roombas to like deactivate or only attack combatants because obviously they're unprogrammable like that. They can only be like, do we kill all fleshbags or some fleshbags? Oh, it's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. Anyway. You go back, and at this point, it's like the Shadow Council gets a hold of you, and they're like, okay, now fly away from the ship because it's gonna explode. And it explodes, and there's no betrayal, there's no nothing. The Shadow Council that has been hinted to be evil like 15 times is not evil in the slightest at the end. They congratulate you on a job well done. Depending on your choice what you did you kill the Terran Armada humans or not, one person is going to be slightly mad at you and forget about it in the next sentence, or another person is going to be slightly mad about it and forget about it in the next sentence. And this is how it, by the way, works. At the end, when you go back to the Shadow Council, you're like, I did it. And one person is like, good. The other person is like, why didn't you use this opportunity better? And while they're mad, the third person, the black guy, whose only, by the way, role in the whole conversation ever is to give you your fucking rewards. Literally, while those people are mad or happy about your choices, he's like, I bet you want your reward, you fucking silly Billy. And he gives you your reward. I hate Bethesda so much. I can't. I just hate them so much. Anyway, that's pretty much almost it. Then you go and talk to the science lady. And by the way, in between all of this, it sounds like very vague. You think that the science lady is gonna betray you. You think the fucking Shadow Council is gonna. No one does betray you. You know what happens at the end? The science lady literally is like, yeah, I'm gonna stay with them now because reasons. I'm gonna stay with them because they're actually really cool. What about the fact that they held you against your will and you were like, oh my god, these people are actually evil and shit? Where did that go? Why are you now happy and joining them? Why? Like we had a poor man's attempt at a character and character growth and shit, and then it all just gets thrown out at the window and at the last moment anyway. Oh man, I hate Bethesda so much. I really do. It's just it's so stupid. And again, I'm not over exaggerating anything here. It's that bad. It's that stupid. The story is legitimately that bad and stupid. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. By the way, here's a video of literally the whole fucking story if you're interested. It's 4 hours long, so I don't know, but this is one of the videos that I found that actually does cover the story. Here's our brave scientist woman, by the way. What a time to be alive, boys. Anyway, bye.